Let's have a look at this story in Monday's Times, Steve.
Yep, so Nadhim Zahawi's doing well. Quick, Rolodex, what have we got? Oh, it turns out some kind of issues with his tax. I mean, not only that, later in the story there's issues of fraud in there as well. But at the moment, your main headline is there's some offshore tax investigations that have to be done. This was previously looked into by the National Crime Agency. They didn't find there was enough information to call it a crime, but there was enough information to hand it to HMRC when he becomes the Chancellor. Because it's a bad look, isn't it? If the tax man is having to investigate the Chancellor, it's not going to look good in the front pages. And actually, there is an issue, because as soon as we talk about people moving their money offshore to avoid paying tax, at some point in that argument, someone will say, well, you can't blame them for doing it. If you're not happy with it, close the loopholes. Oh, who should we speak to about closing the loopholes? I'll just get the Chancellor. Wait a minute, it's the guy who loves the loopholes. So there is a reason to look into this a little bit more. I mean, do you want someone who loves a loophole and is pretty swift at avoiding tax, like Neo in The Matrix? Is that the kind of thing we want? I mean, the Telegraph, the Times itself actually says that he's the second richest MP. So isn't that a good person to be in charge of the nation? Well, not if it was achieved through these means. Now, there's also questions over the licensing of T-shirts that he made when he out of business that he didn't have the licences for, but then handed Tesco some paperwork that had signatures on that were faked. I mean, all of this, straight out the Rolodex, trying to ruin someone's chances.
Blimey, as long as they weren't those really ugly tie-dye T-shirts, I don't mind. Because that's a crime against fashion, isn't it?
Oh, my God, you'd have been like the first person I'd have said, oh, no, Mark will definitely... He'll have a tie-dye T-shirt, he'll have one of those ones that changes colour when you, like put your hand on it and stuff. The thing I find interesting about this Times story is that it paints Mr. Zahawi as, like, leaving this mass destruction in his wake. He's like the guy who always gets away. Like, he's left behind a trail of collapsed firms, bust firms. They've lost, like, 1.3 billion. They've collapsed and, like, lost, like, all the workers have gone out of work. But he somehow... Zahawi's got away, and like he just keeps getting away and he keeps making more money but just leaving this like trail of destruction. That's how this reads.
Wow. OK, well, it certainly looks like he's on a sticky wicket at the moment, but it will be a long race with a winner not expected to be declared until late August or early September.